Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. Liftoff.
Hello, what is up, guys? Hunter Klein here, bringing you this week's episode of Interplanetary Monkeys episode. Who knows? It doesn't matter anymore. Now, as we approach episode 100, I do want to do something special. I don't know how we can spice it up, how we can make it new, creative, outside the box, but I feel like I need to be more celebratory. And this is going to be a big moment for us. Now, depending on how Klein Performance these first months go, it is very possible that we release IP Monkeys merch. Now, obviously, if I'm barely able to put food on my table, which I don't suspect will happen, but if that is the case, then the merch is definitely on the back burner. But if things go as expected, which things are looking up, family, it is a good time, then IP Monkeys merch might be on the table. That would be very, very exciting. I know I've been talking about it for literally years now, and I think I owe it to the community to follow through on that and finally make that happen once we get some financial security. But things are exciting, guys. In that same vein, Klein Performance is kicking up. I'm out of my job that I was disliking greatly and that was negatively impacting my life. We'll talk about this more at the end of the podcast. But things are looking up. I'm constantly trying to remind myself of where I was at 2 months ago, a month ago, how bad things really were. And I'm very grateful because you forget, right? You forget. It's all relative. You always have in whatever moment, you always have new problems, new stresses, new issues. And it's easy to get caught up in the problems that I have at the moment, the worries I have at the moment, and forget how bad things were, if that makes sense. So I'm constantly trying to remind myself of how far we've come in the last month and how much better our life really is than it was when we first arrived here. So I am extremely grateful. And the layout of my life for the next couple months, half year, is the best case scenario for what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do outside of my career. Okay, and that is explore the creative space. How can I create content online? How can I build a community? And how can I turn this into a full-time thing? That's really what we're going for, family. That's really what we're going for. Now, this first topic of discussion is going to ruffle some feathers. Okay? It's not going to be liked by a majority of the community, but you know what? I'm not in the business of saying what people like to get positive feedback. Okay? I'm going to tell you how I feel. And this conversation is about zodiac signs. I am disappointed in any conversation that I have with someone that I enjoy where zodiac signs are instantly brought into the conversation to account for something I'm going through in my life. Okay, I'm really struggling to I'm really struggling to have this conversation with my boss to leave my job. Oh, what's your zodiac sign? Okay, I do not like this. It ruffles my feathers, like I said. Now, nothing against people who believe in this. I understand. It's exciting. And us humans, we like to believe in things that are larger than life. Okay, whether it be, oh, here we go. We're going to stomp on some feet here. Whether it be religion, whether it be zodiac signs, whether it be conspiracy theories. We are specialists in believing in things or in faith. We are experts in believing in things that have no tangible evidence. Because it's fun. It's fun, guys. We want to feel like we're in a superhero movie. But zodiac signs do not account for anything in your life at all. They have no influence. Okay? Where the moon was when you were born is absolutely irrelevant. Now, again, I don't want the listeners that follow their zodiac sign readily to be like, oh no, IP monkeys isn't for me. Hunter's bashing us. No. Do your thing. I have friends that are all about zodiac signs that check it every morning. I have family that are more religious than anybody you've ever met. So I have no problem with these kind of people. But I am telling you, be wary of how you use this information. Use these Google articles that talk about why these zodiac signs are going to have a bad day August 15th. Okay? Because I don't think there's much to it. You can have fun with it. But it's just one of those things, guys. It's one of those things. You meet some smart people in the world that go, yeah, I'm a Cancer. It makes sense. I don't understand how you can have the mental aptitude to understand physics, to understand how molecules in the universe interact with each other, but on the other side of the fence, believe that because you were born July 15th, that you're a little extra emotional towards other individuals because of the moon's gravitational pull on Earth. Okay, I would be willing to bet that the majority of people that truly believe in zodiac signs and their influence on personality have no idea what the root cause of that influence is. Now, I don't, nor am I interested at all, because I don't really believe in it whatsoever. But again, it's this blind faith. My point here is there is this blind faith. Well, what is a zodiac sign? I don't know. But when I read the description that is extremely broad, it applies to me perfectly. So it must be right. No. I can't get behind it. Again, life's short, guys. Have fun. Believe in whatever the hell you want to. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Okay? It doesn't at all. So, ride the wave. Have fun with it. I'm not bashing you. I don't mean to bring you down. I don't want to be a negative Nelly. But I am truthfully saying that I get a little disheartened in conversations when I'm trying to have a deep talk, get advice, and someone defaults to my zodiac sign to give me advice because my personality is X, Y, and Z. Like, ugh. There's some gold in there, but it's rough, guys. The zodiac signs, I'm just going to say it straight up, are bullshit. They are. It's like tarot cards. Like, if I run into someone and they say, I had my cards read and my brain shuts off. I am not interested whatsoever in any words that follow that sentence. I had my cards read last weekend and no thank you. We are out of it. You live in a fairy tale land. Okay? I cannot trust you. And that is the absolute truth. I am sorry, but I'm not. I am sorry, but I'm not, family. Now, I'm not sure what you guys enjoy as far as entertainment in your free time, whether it be Netflix, YouTube, Disney Plus, Marvel movies, whatever it might be. I have to point you in the direction in one of the best content hubs on the internet right now, this being JCS Criminal Psychology YouTube channel on YouTube, of course. Now, little disclaimer, these videos can get a little raw. These are cases of criminals that did things that were very intense. Kidnappings, killings, murderings, okay? Now, what makes this YouTube channel, these episodes, they're about 45 minutes long, different than your other classical criminal psychology shows, is that JCS, the creator of these videos, picks very, very specific cases in which the assailant, the one being accused, did not get a lawyer and actually was interviewed, or how do I say this, interrogated by investigators. Now, criminal psychology, he then goes through and analyzes what is happening in the interrogations. What psychological technique are the interrogators using at this moment? He will pause and say, this is a common method right here. In trying to instill fear. The interrogator makes a mistake here by, oh, guys, it's so interesting. It is so interesting. And it really gives you a punch in the face about humanity. Like, there are some dummies out there. There are some crazy MFers out there, family, okay? Now, again, if you have a weak stomach, if you're a little sensitive, if you get triggered easily by crazy people doing crazy stuff, then I would suggest not watching. But if you are interested in that kind of stuff, you ask a lot of questions. It's so interesting taking a deep dive into criminal psychology and seeing what actually happens in these interrogation rooms. Also, these stories that are covered in JCS are just the cream of the crop, guys. These are the craziest, murder, kidnapping stories ever. Like, it will blow your mind. One of these ladies hired a hitman to kill her husband so she could take all his money. But the cops had a fake hitman go talk to her in a car and recorded it all. So they got it all on tape, and then she denied it. Even though they had the tape and she knew they had the tape, she still denied it. Like, things like these. Stories like these. Very, very interesting. Absolutely interesting. So, check it out. Give it a shot. And be entertained. It's one of those shows that makes you question things, right? You learn, gets you curious. It sparks a little curiosity. So I highly suggest it. Next thing on the menu for today, guys, is an asteroid that may or may not end humanity in 2135. Now, this asteroid is called Bennu, and is classified as a hazardous near-Earth asteroid. Projections are that this thing might hit Earth in 2135. Now, it's so serious, you might say, Hunter, oh, there's a lot of these. Well, it's so serious that we have already sent spacecrafts to rotate it, or investigate it, analyze what it's made of, its flight path, certain little niche things about it, so we can get a better idea of if it will hit Earth or not. Now, here's a little video right now. Before we dive into this video, the probability is about 1 in 1,750 that it will hit Earth between now and 2300. Okay? 1 in 1,750. That is a 0.06% chance, guys. A percent chance that I'm not really willing to take for the chance that humanity is completely wiped out of existence. This is why the podcast is called Interplanetary Monkeys. And this is why I talk about us becoming a multiplanetary species is extremely important. But let's get into it. Here's a little video from NASA, or a little audio from NASA talking about this this asteroid.
In 2135, a potentially hazardous asteroid called Bennu will make a close flyby of Earth. During this encounter, our planet's gravity will tweak Bennu's path, making it a challenge to calculate its future trajectory and the odds of a potential impact late in the 22nd century. Why is this hard to determine? Well, we know how gravity works, but there are still uncertainties in Bennu's trajectory that will be magnified by the close encounter. In addition to gravity, asteroids can be pushed around by non-gravitational forces, like the Yarkovsky effect. When sunlight strikes a rotating asteroid, the day side heats up. As the asteroid turns, the night side cools down.
So essentially, let me boil this down for us. We have an asteroid flying towards Earth. Okay, we can see it in the distance. That means that we need scientists to get out our notepads and do a little math and see, okay, the asteroid is moving at this speed, which means by around this time, it will reach Earth. How close will it get to Earth? Well, let's take into account everything that makes this asteroid move, turn, etc. Okay, luckily, because of Einstein, we have some good math for this. There is a gravity field of this in this area. So as soon as this asteroid hits this, it's going to curve slightly towards space. Oh, wait. The sun shining on the asteroid is going to make it move different directions. Holy shit. Okay, this complicates the math. Now, as you guys can see, this is where the uncertainty comes in. Right? This math is not perfect, and we're not all-knowing beings, so it's going to be a little rough. Thus, this is why we have this rough estimation. Okay, and this is why we are taking the time. We've spent millions of dollars on a spacecraft to go get a better idea, just so we can fine-tune our math a little bit and get a better idea of, okay, are we really in danger, or are we being a little safe here?
And releases the heat. This exerts a small thrust on the asteroid, which can change its direction over time. The Yarkovsky effect is challenging to model, but it can make a big difference in determining where asteroids end up. Because we don't know exactly how the Yarkovsky effect will perturb Bennu's orbit, we have limited knowledge of where Bennu will be as it approaches Earth in 2135. Scientists thus have to consider a range of possible trajectories, depending on how strongly the Yarkovsky effect is pushing on Bennu. A few of these trajectories line up with regions of space called gravitational keyholes. If Bennu...
Okay, and we've just lost me there. That's too deep. We're not going to dive into it. But essentially, there are a few cases in which this asteroid does collide with Earth, and it would be not good. Now, I suspect that as we approach 2135, we'll have technology, we'll have the resources, that if we need to, and this asteroid is about to hit Earth, we can, send out some defensive mechanisms, aka maybe even like a heat-seeking missile, I'm not kidding, or propellers that attach to the asteroid and push it out of the orbit. We can send defensive mechanisms toward this thing and keep it from hitting Earth. Okay, especially considering where we'll be technologically in 2135. I wouldn't put it past us humans to make this happen. But it's interesting, guys. This is reminder that we live in a shooting gallery. A black empty void with missiles flying by. At the same time as we're eating our popcorn on our couch in our boxers, watching Peaky Blinders on Netflix, stars are exploding in the universe, colliding. Black holes are destroying planets, turning them into spaghetti. Okay, I know I bring this up a lot, but I think it's important. Okay, perspective. Life is crazy, the universe is crazy, and we are constantly at defense. We are constantly at risk of everything going poof. Okay? So make sure you're having fun. Moral of the story, make sure you're having fun. Make sure you have a smile on your face. Do what you love. Quit your shitty job. And let's ride. Let's ride, family. Let's ride, family. This week, guys, news article of the week. I almost forgot. News article of the week. Let me just go to entertainment real quick and pull this one up that I wasn't going to bring up, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Where is it at? I'm not even going to read it. You guys know exactly what vein it's in. Megan Fox wore a new bikini, and there's an entire Yahoo News article written about it. Get your life together. Excuse me. Get your life together. It's too much. If you're writing that article, you have no hobbies. If you make money off that, you need to get a new niche in the entertainment industry, or you need to get out of the entertainment industry. Write some educational articles about more efficient ways to clean your home. I don't know. But stop writing articles about what clothing arbitrarily popular people on Earth are wearing. Okay? This is so bad. And if you're reading these articles, get some hobbies, friends. I'm sorry, nothing against your character, but if you have a legitimate interest in what kind of bikinis famous people are wearing to the beach on a Saturday, you need to start an endeavor. Okay? You need to get your life together. And if you listen to the podcast, I care. All right? I do. Let's get it together. But I hope everyone's doing well. Been a weird time. It's been a weird time with the podcast. I'm sure a lot of you, young adults, tend to be our demographic here, are feeling a lot like I am. Now, I, like many humans, generally ostracize the way I feel in life right now. This is so interesting. This is so unique to just me. This journey of discovery. This journey of entering the job market, not being happy with where I'm at. Being disappointed, feeling as if education was a little bit of a waste of time. That while I was in education, there were many false promises about what hard work would get me. And upon entering the workforce, just disheartened. You know, they say my generation, I'm 24, so I don't even know what generation that is. Our generation is very spoiled. Expects to get what they want quickly because of technology. And that very, very well may be the case. But that doesn't change the fact that it's been a disappointing journey into the workforce. Now, things are looking up. Again, I said they're better than they've ever been. I have managed to escape the corporate world. I have managed to start my own endeavor, pursue my company, be my own boss, and increase the cap at which my income could potentially be. Okay? I've made my income a function of my own individual performance and drive, and that is absolutely beautiful. But that comes with its own stresses, right? It comes with its own stresses. This is going to be the first week of Klein Performance, Klein Sports Performance. I'm going to be testing people. I'm going to be selling people on the product I have, I'll talk about that more. And I'll be training with clients I have in the past for the first time under the umbrella of Klein Performance. Okay, first things first, I don't like the term selling people. I'll be completely honest with you guys. One of my biggest problems with the corporate fitness setting was the idea of commission. Sell 12-pack, get out there and sell them 12 packages. Commission, don't forget about commission. You can make $100. Go sell them a bigger package this time. I think this is the cringiest thing on earth. I think it's disgusting. I think it bothers the hell out of me. There were points while I was in the corporate sector that I would say, I'm really happy that my clients are still hanging around right now. I'm very happy that everybody I work with wants to continue working with me. I put out a good product. We have fun while we do it, and it's beautiful. And having someone say, all I see or hear is dollar signs, makes me want to pull my hair out. Okay, this was one of many red flags that told me I need to get out of this. I need to get out of the corporate sector. Now, Klein Performance still operates in the same vein of business. I do still have to sell people products. I have to sell you the idea that Klein Performance will make you better. But let the knowledge do the talking. I am confident I can sit in front of damn near anybody on earth with a kid that wants to be good at a sport, and by just explaining to you what we do and how passionate I am about it, you will buy in. I am almost 100% confident. I don't need to sell you on some 12 package. Let's get into the gym. Let me show you what I can do, and you're never going to leave. Okay? And that is how I look at this, different than the corporate sector. Yes, essentially, if you boil it down, I am selling people a product, but I'm not really selling the product. I let my work speak for itself, and people will continue to come. That is exactly how it is, and that's exactly how it will be. We put in the work. This isn't fugazi. I know what I'm doing. You can only tie us. You can't do it better than what we're doing right now. That's just the truth. And because of that, I'm absolutely excited. The nerves, the anxiety for this assessment tomorrow with a kid. Not assessment, but kind of conversation with a kid. Doesn't make me nervous. I'm excited because I am prepared. I finally feel as if the last 6 years of work I put in education are finally culminating in a moment where I can be rewarded. I'm not just some cog in a corporate wheel. I am finally the showrunner. And this is where I belong, friends. This is where I belong. This is where I thrive. Okay, this is that red line we've talked about in the past. That optimal amount of stress that has you operating on all frequencies, has the cylinders firing. Not too much where we're overwhelmed, which we have been in the last couple weeks, but just enough that we're on the edge of our seat, excited to see what life has next around the corner. And goddamn, isn't it an exciting time? Now, obviously, money at first, with clientele and the leap we take, obviously we're not going to start a business and in the first week be profiting more than we ever have in life. But again, I do suspect that more people will jump on the train. I do suspect that word will get around about what we do and how well we do it. And goddamn, I'm excited to grow. Okay, I'm excited to grow. For the first time in a damn long time, guys, I'll throw in my headphones at the end of a long day, at the end of talking to a client, at the end of scheduling an appointment for Klein Performance, and I'll listen to my favorite song and I'll fucking get goosebumps. Okay, thinking about the future, the potential of the future, where this could lead. And for so long, especially the first couple months here, I was crushed. There was none of that. There was nothing to be excited about. There was no potential growth to be had. It felt as if I was on a dead-end job. I felt as if I was in a dead-end career path. Okay, and now we got our way out. We found our way around. We snuck outside. We snuck outside and started digging our own path down the road, guys. And who the hell knows how this is going to go? I'll tell you again. Like I said last week, it's one of the riskiest things I've ever done. And we'll see, guys. Again, if anybody can do it, I believe I can. Okay, don't let the uncertainty fool you. If anybody can do it, I can. But, there is some uncertainty to it. Absolutely. Guys, the value of sun is unspeakable. And my life right now is a battle between trying to be preventative in results of skin cancer. Okay? I sit out in the sun 3 times a week for probably around 3 hours. And in Texas, with a UV index of about 11, which is red if you look it up, like red UV index exposure warning, be careful. At 1 in the afternoon, I'm sitting out there just absolutely soaking up the rays, letting my body burn. Now, this is the balance that I have trouble with. Going out and tanning or laying in the sun for an hour, midday, any day of the week, has an absolutely abysmal impact on my attitude and the way I feel. Okay, obviously there's vitamins there. There are some actual health reasons for what I'm explaining here. But overall, it just makes me feel so good when I come inside. I feel a little drained. I feel like I did something big. I'm sweating my ass off. I'm struggling. Feels like I just got out of the sauna. And there's so much value to it. Along with, it just looks better, right? You look better tan. Now, at the same time, I have those friends like, oh, you're going to go get some cancer. All right, go lay out and soak up some cancer. And it's like, how much is the time at the end of my life really worth? I know this is a crazy little tangent, but it's really the question I have. Like, right now I feel, if I lose a couple hours by going out and tanning right now, I think it's fucking worth it. I do think it's worth it. I think the boost I get in the way I look, the boost I get in the way I feel, might be worth trading a little time at the end of this journey. Now, obviously, that's super, super unintelligent. Because in the unfortunate case that I get skin cancer at 50, I'll regret every fucking second of it. So I don't know. I feel like it's a bad decision, but the short-term monkey in me just wants to look good and feel good. So we're gonna be reevaluating this soon, but I just don't see a world in which I can stop going out and laying in the sun. It has such an enormous impact on me, especially because right now we need that stuff, guys. Luckily, my job is social, but I spend a lot of time alone. A lot of time alone, and that's okay. I don't want pity. I'm not looking for friends. Well, I am, but I'm not like desperately looking. I'm on a journey, and we need to change our life. I'm not very happy with where I'm at. I feel like my potential is much greater. I have a lot of potential in here, in many endeavors, and I'm not even close to touching the surface on that potential. And I need to retrieve that potential before I can really relax and go out on the weekends and meet people and have fun. And it's time to work. I'm willing to sacrifice my early 20s for a prosperous, adulthood. And that's where we're at right now. Sacrifice for the future. Invest in Hunter Klein at 35 years old. That's where we're trying to get. 30 years old, hopefully. Okay. So I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you're getting through. If you're in a similar boat as me, struggling with the early adulthood, life's short, guys. Life's short. If you don't like your job, get out. If you don't like your relationship, get out. You never know. Take the leap. Don't let life push you down, put you in a little ball, and make you hide away. Excuse me. I was hiding. The first couple months here, I did get pushed into a ball in Austin. I didn't like my job. My life sucked. And I was hiding. I just, at the end of the day, turn on Netflix and try to forget about it all. Turn on a video game and try to forget about it all. Escape it. Not do anything about it. But it wasn't the answer. And I'll tell you right now that while it was the riskiest thing I've ever done in my life, it was the best decision I've ever made in my life. Is taking that leap, taking a chance, getting out, taking control. Okay? And because of that bounce back, that low we were at, that some of you may be going through, we took full advantage of. Okay? So, if you're in a low right now, if life's sucking, if you're having struggle finding the beauty in things, battle through, friend. Battle through, find a way out. Use it as fuel. And if you're enjoying life, take advantage. Soak it in, baby. Soak it in. You deserve it, but it won't last forever, okay? Life is a balance. Ups and downs. Makes it beautiful. And it makes it worth living, all right? Alrighty, guys. That's it for this week. Are we done? I feel like I have more to say. Nah, we'll end it there. 32 minutes, we'll end it there. All right. That's it for this week's episode of Interplanetary Monkeys. This is Hunter Klein, y'all, and you'll hear from me next week. Peace, peace.